Donald Trump's really bad week, of course, continues to get even worse. On Monday, of course, he has Mar-a-Lago searched by the FBI. On Tuesday, the judge says he has to hand over his tax returns to the House committee. And on Wednesday, he headed up to New York to testify in front of New York Attorney General Letitia James. And it didn't go well at all for him. According to Donald Trump, he pled the fifth, did not want to answer any questions, much like his son Eric Trump, who, when questioned in 2020, pleaded the fifth 500 times. And Trump decided to follow in his son's footsteps and also plead the fifth. But that was, of course, after he said that Letitia James is racist and that this is somehow a big witch hunt against Donald Trump and the Trump Organization. So, why is this such a big deal? Well, as everybody pointed out yesterday, Donald Trump has a history of saying things that always come back to bite him. In this particular instance, back in the 2016 presidential campaign, on multiple different occasions, Donald Trump claimed that only the mafia pleads the Fifth Amendment because we know they're guilty. Only guilty people, Trump tells us, plead the Fifth Amendment. And to be honest, I kind of agree with him on that. Right? I mean, you don't try to protect yourself from incriminating yourself if there's not a risk of you incriminating yourself in illegal activity, which of course would mean that you're guilty, which is why guilty people also give up their right to plead the fifth. So, yeah, he was right back then, and of course that sheds a lot of doubt on whether or not he's actually innocent in this particular matter. It's important to remember, too, that Donald Trump is under a civil investigation with the New York Attorney General. Right? He is not at risk of going to jail with what Letitia James is doing. But there is a very significant risk, according to legal experts, that if they find significant wrongdoing with the Trump Organization, lying to both banks in order to secure loans and lying to tax authorities in order to pay less in taxes, there's a chance, these legal experts say, that James could in fact ask for the corporate death penalty, which, if she does that and if it is approved, all of Donald Trump's businesses would disappear. They'd be gone, absolutely disbanded. And it's possible that Trump himself could also be barred from serving on the board of any future corporation. Now that, of course, is obviously the most extreme route. And it's such an extreme route that I seriously doubt we would even see that happen. But it's important to point that out because it is a possibility. The other part of this, of course, is that Donald Trump pleading the fifth doesn't necessarily change any of the facts of the case, right? It doesn't. I mean, I guess to a degree, obviously, it's going to hinder the investigation and what they're able to do because they can't get any information from him. But it's the documents that really tell the story. You know, they've got the financial documents from the property appraisers. They've got the financial documents from the Trump Organization. They've got the financial documents from the banks. Those are the three pieces of the puzzle that they have to put together to determine whether or not they were lying to any of these groups. So even without Trump testifying, with him going in there, pleading the fifth, making his idiotic statements that James is somehow a racist, it may not matter. It certainly won't protect him because in terms of the evidence, if it exists, those investigators already have it.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.